Greetings, fellow magical wanderers. I am back with you here today again with an intuitive collective energy card reading. Today we are just going to be dipping into what seems to be going on in the collective. I know that so much has happened in between now and the last time I published a video. There's been so much outer worldly wheels just turning and changing, and it's inevitable. So today we're going to collect some guidance on how we can best work through these energies and move through with grace and ease, and yeah, see what comes through. So, high vibrational, unconditionally loving spirit, I decree thy presence unto this reading now with these cards, and I ask you to provide a message of affirmation and peace to best guide the collective forward during these outer worldly circumstances that are changing. What is something we can offer the collective at this time to bring them ease? Okay, first card that popped out was the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So typically this talks about something new that you're creating for yourself. The Pentacles is of material abundance, material wealth, financial security, stability, and with the reverse message, it talks about the lack thereof, or the insecurity of financial stability or material wealth. So perhaps you're taking an opportunity or a chance that is a bit risky, especially when it is revolving around money. And there's this energy of something is present for you, but you're not quite seeing it. But something is wanting to work with you in order for you to have that balance for yourself. And perhaps focus less on the materialism of the Pentacles and more so on the meaning that it brings you, why you want it in the first place. Let's go deeper into this card, Spirit. What is the message to go deeper into this card? Okay, 2 popped out. Ooh. Okay. Second card that popped out was the Ace of Cups in reverse. So this talks about drainage, and perhaps you are feeling drained, exhausted, all of your efforts feel exalted. And there's an energy that you feel you are lacking. Maybe it's literal energy, like you can't get yourself up, you can't get yourself moving. And maybe even like a hopeless feeling. The half cup empty kind of feeling. And this is due to an emotional imbalance. Emotional and spiritual, because they tie hand in hand together. So the third card that came out was the Eight of Pentacles upright, which talks about the flip side of how you can best balance and fulfill yourself emotionally and spiritually. The Eight of Pentacles talks about new mastery of something, and you can be a master of your own craft. Going back to the question of asking yourself why you are doing what you are doing and what it brings you, maybe it simply is just bringing you joy. Maybe it's simply just reminding you that magic is alive. Maybe it's simply just bringing you feelings in life that allow you to move forward. It can be very simple. It doesn't have to be anything very, very, very difficult. It can just be as plain as day. You are looking to do a craft that feels good for you in your own pace at your own time, and make whatever you want out of it. But it seems to me that if you are to gain a mastery level of this new skill set that you're pursuing or could be pursuing, you are going to be fulfilling yourself emotionally and spiritually. And there will no longer be that emptiness or that dysfunctional feeling within you where it's like, where it feels like I know something is there, but I just can't see it. I can't feel it. I sense it, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of that feeling. You know something's there, but you can't quite grasp what it is. So perhaps just guide yourself gently into exploring a new avenue for yourself. Which is honestly what I'm doing with this whole YouTube thing. I I dabble between the ideas of, oh, you know what, I don't really want to pursue YouTube, and then there's other days where it's like, I really want to hop onto a video right now and share this message. Okay, we got 2 new cards. Let me make some space here. My little desk setup. Okay, so 2 new cards that came out was the Page of Swords and the Four of Cups reversed. So, yes, first card, Page of Swords. This talks about your new learning curve, your new experience with something fresh that is bringing you a lot of upliftment personally. Because it's bringing fresh new ideas, it's bringing your creativity, it's bringing your personal energy that will help you thrive to life. And this is something very unique and special to you. It's not going to look like anything else that anyone else is experiencing. This is simply yours, and allow it to be so. And with this, it can be so invigorating for you personally because this new fresh energy has you feeling very curious and looking in a new direction that is bright and ideal for you, as so it feels. This can potentially cause you to be a little bit self-absorbed, so you want to be careful of that. As for this Four of Cups in reverse talks about being really like too in yourself, and this ultimately creates apathy and discontentment and kind of being withdrawn from like social circles or things outside of yourself that are wanting to invite you in or wanting to include you, or maybe you're even wanting to be part of something outside yourself, like a group, a community, a gathering, whatever. And this feeling reversed Four of Cups is like you are in this hermit mode that is a self-absorption. Hermit mode is not bad, self-absorption is not bad. Everything is necessary until it is not. So just be aware that this energy of these new fresh ideas coming in, the curiosity, the excitement is going to be bringing you very inside yourself, because again, this is something that's very exciting to you. Just be aware that you may come off as a little bit conceited, self-absorbed, but really what you are wanting for yourself is something new. You're wanting a new path. You're wanting to explore in a direction that is unfamiliar to you, but you feel an excitement towards. So just, again, grace and ease. and patient with yourself. Um, but going all the way back to the first card, this is a risky new venture. So don't be too head over heels. Be very wise and thorough. Have some kind of a plan, because you can be thinking that this is ideal and it's a bright new future, which it definitely may be. But if you are so focused on what materialistically you are being provided with, you may miss out on the details that would otherwise be emotionally and spiritually unfulfilling, in a situation or a new environment that you may get yourself into. You want to be very thorough and have some kind of a plan to kind of not give yourself more suffering when it's unnecessary. Spirit, let's go into this a little bit more specific. Let's give them a specific example. Okay, here we go. Ooh, 3 cards. Okay. 3 cards, 3 cards. Ooh, all in reverse. Wow. Have a little berry smoothie there. Okay. Oh, 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, and 2 of Cups. All reversed. So, this risky new adventure that you may be entertaining in your mind maybe isn't as ideal as you think it is. Because there's 2 cards now talking about too much self-indulgence, too much self-absorption, and a desire to fill a void that is you're wanting to fill a void. Okay, how do I say this? There's something here that tells you that you have an ideal that is kind of unrealistic to you, but it's something you've picked up through time that you thought, "Oh, this is me. I want this. I can have this." And you absolutely can have what you want, but I'm just saying, there's a visual here that comes through saying that your ideals of our material, luxurious richness, and you are looking to fill voids with that luxurious richness, that hyper materialism. There are 2 cards in here talking about being too materialistic, being too focused on your material ideals of like, oh, not even, it's this feeling of you're doing a craft, right? You're pursuing something new and whatever. You're not really in the feeling of that excitement of you're doing something new. You're more so in the feeling of, oh, how can I turn this into something that will make me a lot of money? Or how can I turn this into something that will bring me the house that I want and the car that I want and the relationship that I want? And it's not, what these cards are telling us is it's not about that. And it's in your best interest right now to not focus on the material abundance and the luxuries that could be offered from your new risky creative venture that you are pursuing. Rather, just feel into it. Feel into it. Yeah. So I would evade the ideals of living a life that is beyond what is just necessary and what you need. I would not try living beyond your means, because that seemingly brings you that emotional and spiritual unfulfillment and emptiness. And I totally resonate with that, because anytime I find myself having money or whatnot, or a lot of money, it can start to feel rather restless. And I can feel quite unbalanced, because there's something about it that really is more on the materialistic physical side of things, more so than it is the emotional and spiritual fulfillment. But it can become your emotional and spiritual fulfillment if you are doing something creative with that um, with that luxurious financial stability and abundance that is bringing meaning to the world and yourself. Um, Something that is greater than you, contributing towards it. Uh, this next this next card is talking about you are beginning to feel, which is the Eight of Swords in reverse. You're beginning to feel less stuck in your own negative ways of beingness. You're beginning to enlighten your own mind with more positive thinking rather than negative self sabotage, detrimental thinking. And you are letting go of what no longer serves you, which is your insecurity. Because you are ready to break a mold, you are ready to venture in a new direction that feels truly fulfilling to you in every way, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, financially, physically. And you're ready to embrace it, but you know that you are needing to clear out the clutter that no longer serves, especially in here, because this is what predominantly creates your reality. And this is what aligns you to match the vibration of this reality. And there's, with the Two of Cups, it speaks of Two of Cups in reversed. It speaks of there's been an imbalance within your relationships. Perhaps codependency, misunderstandings, not good communication, simply just not being compatible anymore, which has kind of maybe led you to this feeling of wanting to fill a void materialistically with luxurious, nice things that is really living beyond your means. And that can definitely bring you that emotional and spiritual unfulfillment. Um, so I think the silver lining here, the main message, is to simply focus your energy on the feeling of what this new craft in your life that you're pursuing, what it's making you feel, what feeling it's bringing you, and be very loose about it. Like, be very, don't be too rigid, because then it will create this inner space where you're holding yourself to yourself, and it's being very self-absorbed, and that can turn your mind into becoming more materialistic and focusing more on, like, oh, let me do something to make this craft make me a lot of money or whatever. But again, that's not what it's about. It's about just feeling, feeling. Because no amount of money, no amount of luxuries, no amount of your idealistic material means financially is able to fill that void of emotional and spiritual unfulfillment. Because there are a lot of rich people on this planet. But if you talk to them emotionally and spiritually, they may be very void. And I sense you don't want that for yourself. So let's get one more message here. Spirit, how can they best turn this around for themselves in a positive, lighthearted way that is productive and helps them move forward? Okay, there's not just one card. Oh, okay. Which card? This one. Okay. Yeah. You need a long-term plan. And you need to be patient with this long-term plan. Because this craft that you're pursuing now, which is new, it can be very offering of much material success for you. But don't focus on that. Just focus on what it brings you, what it makes you feel. To make you feel warm in your heart when you're doing it and when you're studying it. This long-term plan and this patience with it will help you realize that a tree growing from a seed to a full, mature, bloomed tree does not grow in a day. And this is about reaping what you sow, putting in your time and effort to whatever craft you're willing to pursue for yourself, putting in the time and effort and energy and enjoyment towards your craft, and then in time, reaping the fruitfulness in which you have sown. So, say for example, you're an artist and you paint. Well, if you start painting something every day or working on a painting every day, and you start building yourself your own gallery or your own portfolio of some sort, then eventually you can bring all of your beautiful masterpieces that you've painted and that you feel proud of into a gallery, into a actual professional, official gallery space. And if you so desire, you can bring value price points unto your works of art. But as much as many of your pieces may be sold, or many of your pieces may be absolutely loved by others, it's not about that. It's about the story of the painting, the story of the art, the feeling in which the artist was embodying while conveying the art piece. Another example would be thinking how the artist that painted Starry Night through Van Gogh, what was that artist feeling when he was painting that beautiful work of art we all know to be legendary to this day? That feeling, that enrichment, that meaning there in the heart being conveyed on paper is what makes a lasting legacy. So don't focus on how much money your craft is going to bring you. It's not going to provide you the fulfillment you truly do want. And that's just a message from Spirit. I'm just channeling it. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We're going to go into one last little card because this is a bit of a reading and I don't want to overwhelm you. So, spirit guides, higher selves, unconditionally high vibrational, loving spirit. What is a message to conclude this reading for us today to help us move forward with ourselves in patience, ease, grace, and new exploration in our craft? Ah, here it is. This card. That doesn't look like an artist. I don't know what does. This card reads, Your blessed power. You are a field of endless possibility with unlimited power to create. Every atom of you is full of abstract potential that could be molded into any form. Every particle of you holds the blueprint of creation. You are a force of nature and a great blessing on this earth. That is a beautiful card. And I feel called lastly to say, it does not matter what you do, what kind of new craft you pursue, what kind of craft you desire to master, to make into a legacy. It does not matter what you do. The success is guaranteed because you behold unlimited, powerful potential to mold anything into something successful and fulfilling for yourself. So don't ever focus on if your craft of your choice is going to bring in money for you. The more you let it go, the more you will thrive in every way, especially financially. Focus on the real kind of fulfillment you want. Don't get self-absorbed. Don't be too materialistically money-focused. Just do your craft with the love in your heart because you love to do it. And that's all the fulfillment that you will need. Without further ado, I speak that you take what resonates with this message, leave what does not. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all your love and support unto me. And let me just tell you, I'm moving through all these changes with you guys too. It's been a lot. And I've been so up and down with sharing messages and coming here to YouTube. Because I think I'm finding that I really just want a platform to share what's going on consciously and in here and here. And YouTube seems to be that platform for me at this time, and I'm very grateful to be here and to have gathered friendships and like-minded connections. So thank you. And I speak you have a beautiful rest of your day. Take care. Namaste.